Hello and welcome to our training session for associate and guest editors. In this video, we will cover logging in and navigation of the main menu, viewing papers, finding and inviting peer reviewers, and viewing reviews and making a decision. The editorial assistant will register you in the system and give you the correct permissions. If you are unsure of your login details, please click Send login details here below the sign-in area or contact your editorial assistant. To log in, you need to ensure you are logging in with the correct role. You have the option of author, reviewer, editor, and publisher. Each will take you to a different home screen related to your role. When working as an associate or guest editor, you need to log in with the editor login. If you aren't seeing the correct menu options, it may be that you're in the wrong section. To change your role once you log in, you can go up to the top here and change the role. Here, my editor role is Journals Executive. I'm just going to log in as an associate editor to show you what you will see. The editor main menu is divided into sections. If any of the features shown here are not in your menu, the journal has not assigned the permissions to your role. Listed within this section are a number of different categories that will take you to specific folders. Editorial Manager will automatically move papers between these folders as they move through the peer review process. New papers assigned to you to deal with will appear in the New Assignments folder. Submissions with required reviews complete will register here, and so on. When a new manuscript first comes in, the editorial assistant will perform a technical check based on a set of requirements for this article. These include checking the paper is fully anonymized and ready for peer review, information such as word counts, and much more. Once they are happy with the article, they will then pass the technical check and assign the paper to an editor. This is where it will appear in your New Assignments folder. The papers you receive will therefore be completely ready for peer review. Papers assigned to you will appear in the New Assignments folder. You can read the paper by clicking into this menu and clicking View Submission. It may be possible that the action links on your left are collapsed, so you can press the plus sign to see all of the actions available to you for the article. Once clicking View Submission, this will bring up your article. You can see it from an editor perspective with all information included, such as the author name and affiliation, or from the reviewer perspective, including only the paper itself. If the paper is a revised paper, you will also see the different versions listed on top of here. Once you click the appropriate submission, a PDF will open in a new window. You can now view the paper. Once you've read the paper, you should decide whether you would like to send the paper out for review or desk reject. To reject without review, you select Submit Editor's Decision, or it may also say Submit Early Decision, and follow the same steps as you would when making a decision. Finding and inviting peer reviewers. If you decide to send the paper out for review, you will need to click Invite Reviewers from the Action menu bar. To begin searching for reviewers, click Go. This will take you to our database. The database is linked to all Journal Editorial Manager sites published at Bristol University Press and Policy Press, so any person registered in the system by any of the journals is available here. You can narrow your search by searching within the Editorial Advisory Board or by classification matches. However, if you want to just view the entire database, leave these as they are and click Go. If you already have a reviewer in mind, you can search for them by typing in this box and pressing Search. This will bring up everyone with this last name. When you're ready to invite someone, tick the checkbox for them on the far left under invite. The normal standard is to invite 2 reviewers. We advise selecting more than 2 in case your first choices are unavailable. You can use the alternate alt function to line up people to be invited if a reviewer rejects an invitation. This way, Editorial Manager can automatically send invitations to the alternates without you having to go back into the system. When you've selected all the people you would like to invite, scroll to the bottom of the page and click Proceed. You now have a chance to look up and customize the letters by clicking Customize. Once you've made edits, click Save, and you can now confirm selections and proceed. You can also change the due date here. This is done by days, so if you want to give them longer than 29 days, you can change that here. Now, returning to the reviewer selection interface, you will see the reviewers you've selected are here as well as the alternates. If several reviewers decline, you may need to invite more reviewers and select more alternates at a later stage. This works in exactly the same way as shown. If there is no response from a reviewer, after 14 days, the reviewer is automatically uninvited and an alternate will be replaced. Then, when the review is 21 days late, the reviewer is also automatically inside. They can always be re-invited if this was a mistake, and the deadline can be altered by an editorial assistant. If you cannot find a potential reviewer in a database and you know someone who would be suitable, after selecting Go and searching for them, you can go to the top and click Register and select New Reviewer. You will first be asked to enter an email address. Then enter a first and second name, the institution, and a country. This is all the information you need to register someone. When you're ready, click Register User and Send Letter. You can edit the letter as you see fit, and then click Send Letter. You will now be taken to the same menu and you can click Invite or Alternate. You have now invited everyone for peer review. The editor to-do list will display papers with all required reviews complete. It will also show any submissions that require additional reviewers or any that are late. When you're ready to make a decision, click Submissions with required reviews complete. Here, you can go to the Action menu bar and click View Reviews and Comments. You will see the reviewers' names as well as their recommendation. Click on the recommendation to see the full details. Here, you will see comments to the editor, these are anonymized and for you only, and comments to the author. These will pull through and be sent in the decision letter. It may also be necessary to rate the reviewers in the box at the top of the review page. This is an anonymized number that only editors can see. If you have questions about how reviewers are rated, please speak to your editorial team. Complete this action for the second review as well. When you're ready to make your decision, click Submit Editor's Decision and Comments. Or if you were just rejecting a paper before peer review, you will need to click this option or a Submit Early Decision button depending on the setup of the journal Editorial Manager site you're working on. If there is an editor chain in place for the journal, this decision will be a recommendation that is sent to the editor or editor-in-chief to ratify. The next screen will enable you to make your decision by selecting from the drop-down menu. There may be different options depending on the journal, but in general there is a desk reject, reject after review, minor and major revisions, and crucially a conditional accept, request final version, and accept button. This is important because the conditional accept, request final version will send a checklist to the author asking them to prepare their paper for production. They'll be asked to de-anonymize their paper and add in further details such as acknowledgements and funding details, which makes it ready for production. Once you have that version ready, you can then click the final accept decision. This will send the paper into production. So I'm now going to select my decision term. You can review the reviewer comments by clicking on these buttons, or they will feed through as review 1 and review 2, etc. for how many reviews you have. This information will pull through to the decision letter, so you can add in your own comments here. At this stage, you can also change the amount of time the author has to revise the submission by overriding this box. If you haven't done so already, you may be asked to rate the quality of the reviews at this stage. When you are ready, click Proceed. This will take you to another overview of the comments and the decision. You can edit it here if needed by clicking this button. If you are happy with everything, click Proceed again. You will then be given the opportunity to edit the decision letter. There should be a bit in the template guiding you to enter your comments, such as here. You will see here now that the reviewer comments have also pulled through. Most letter templates in Editorial Manager contain merge fields. These are the ones with the percentage sign. Please do not remove or edit any of these merge fields when drafting the decision letters, as they pull through crucial information. Once you have drafted your decision letter, you go down to the bottom and either click Submit Decision with Draft Letter or Send Now, depending on the editor chain. Associate editors may not have the permission to send decision letters to authors, however, they can draft the letter. Once they submit the draft decision letter, the editor-in-chief or co-editor will receive an email notification of their recommendation. I can either agree with the associate editor's decision and their draft letter, or they can override the decision by clicking Submit New Decision. However, if they are happy, they will click Send Now. Here I am sending the draft email letter. The decision will now have been finalised. When a paper comes back in as a revised manuscript, repeat this process in exactly the same way. Thank you for listening to this training video. We have now run through all the basics. If you have any questions, please do get in touch with us and we are happy to help or send some further guides for you to use. Thank you.